When the heart is tired, just sit down for a moment. Sometimes, you don't need to understand everything. You just need to learn to accept and keep moving forward. Little by little, everything will pass. So will sadness. Just be patient, and one day, sunshine will visit your heart again. You don't have to be strong all the time. Some days, just getting up early, sipping a cup of tea, and smiling is already good enough. Life doesn't ask us to be perfect. It just wants us to be honest with ourselves and know how to return inward when we're tired. Happiness isn't somewhere far ahead. It's in this very moment, while you're breathing, and grateful for still being here. We can't control everything, but we can control how we respond. Choose gentleness instead of anger. Choose letting go instead of clinging. There are things, when we stop trying to hold on, they strangely bring us peace. Your heart doesn't need to rush. It only needs stillness and a small space to breathe. If today you feel tired, don't blame yourself. Just rest for a while and say, "It's okay. I'm still all right." When the heart is weary, return inward. You don't always need to have the answers. Sometimes, just learn to be silent. Listen to the wind, and let everything pass like clouds. Inner peace is when you stop competing, stop proving, and start to realize peace is a choice from within. There are dreams you don't have to achieve right away. Just getting a little closer each day is already beautiful enough. When your heart is too tired, don't try to pretend you're okay. Sit down for a moment and tell yourself, it's okay to be fragile today. No one understands you better than yourself. So be gentle with yourself, like how you once comforted a child. Sometimes, forgiveness isn't because others deserve it, but because you deserve peace. We can't force others to understand our hearts, but we can learn how to love ourselves the right way. You are not the mistakes of your past. You are the growth of today and the hope of tomorrow. Maybe you don't move as fast as others, but if your heart is warm enough, then you are already heading in the right direction. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" Everyone carries their own pain. Slow down a little, and don't unknowingly add more pain to someone else. As you grow, you'll understand more that silence is sometimes the gentlest answer. True freedom is when you no longer need to please anyone. You only need to live true to your own heart. As long as each day you live honestly with yourself, whether others understand or not, you are still living a life worth cherishing. Kindness is never wasted. Every warm gaze, every sincere check-in, can soothe a lonely heart. There's no need to rush. Life is not a race, but a journey back to yourself. Good things will come at the right time. To those patient enough to wait, don't forget, you are the longest companion of your life. So, love yourself deeply, and don't abandon yourself again. When we slow down enough, our hearts find peace. There are days when you don't want to do anything. You just want to sit quietly. Watch the clouds float by your window. Listen to your own breath. And wonder, does life really have to be so rushed? We don't always have to be strong. Because sometimes, being soft for a while, leaning on someone without saying a word, is the most healing thing for a human heart. Happiness is not always found in something grand, but in the moment you lift your head amidst the chaos and see a gentle gaze, a familiar voice, still by your side, silently. Some wounds don't need to be understood by others. You just need to hold yourself and say, "It's okay, I've tried my best," and somehow, it eases the whole sky inside your chest. Time doesn't make the pain disappear, but it teaches you how to live with it, how to smile even when your heart feels heavy, how to keep walking though your legs are tired, and how to love again, even after everything has fallen apart. Don't be too harsh on yourself when you feel exhausted. You are human too. You have storms in your mind. And as long as you haven't given up, you are already doing something beautiful. Kind people aren't always cheerful, but they always choose not to hurt others, even when they themselves are carrying unhealed cracks within. Sometimes, you have to let go of certain things. Not because you've lost, but because you deserve peace more than the need to hold on. Someone once said, "The most precious thing in life is not gold or silver, but a grateful heart, because when you're grateful, you'll find joy in the smallest things." Life is not easy, but if you can still feel sadness, if you can still cry, then your heart is still warm. And there's something worth holding on to. Don't chase happiness. Stop for a moment. Take a deep breath. Look around. Maybe it's been right beside you all along and you just didn't notice. Those who listen to their hearts never get truly lost, because the heart knows how to whisper directions. Even when it's quiet, even when it takes its time. Don't measure yourself by what you haven't achieved. Look back at how far you've come. How many weariness you've pushed through. How many times you wanted to fall, but stood up again. That is something to be deeply proud of. Some sadness, you don't need to rush to chase away. Let it sit with you for a while. And slowly, it will leave, when your heart has softened enough. People who truly care about you won't make you feel drained. They'll make you feel safe. Even just with a light hug. Or a gentle question. Are you okay today? Sometimes, what you need isn't advice, but someone who will simply listen to you. Without judgment, without interrupting, just being there, wholeheartedly. Life can feel tangled like a thread. The more you pull, the more it knots. But if you slow your breath, pause your hands, sometimes, you'll find the way out was simpler than you thought. Love isn't about holding tight. It's about understanding, growing together in freedom, giving each other space, while still feeling deeply connected. You don't have to please everyone, because those who truly value you won't ask you to change just to fit into their lives. Everyone has their own rhythm. Don't compare yourself to others. Just follow your own pace. As long as you don't stop, all good things will come in their time. When we learn to let go gently, our heart finds peace. There are things that the more we try to hold on to, the heavier our heart becomes. Instead of clinging, sometimes, letting go just a little helps us breathe more freely. Just like a leaf falling to the ground, without blaming the branch, simply knowing it's time to go. There are people we no longer walk with, not because someone was wrong, but because life's journey sometimes leads us together, then quietly apart. Let's smile in gratitude for once walking side by side. Not all sadness needs to be hidden. On days when your heart sinks low, just sit quietly, let the tears fall, and there will come a moment when you gently wipe them away and take another step forward. When you stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you'll begin to see more clearly that everything unfolds for a reason, and you only need to live your part with care. Don't let the gaze of others make you lose yourself, because no one truly knows how strong you've been. To keep smiling through all the unfinished chapters of your life. Slow down a little, so love has time to return. Not everyone who leaves has stopped loving you. Sometimes, they're just learning to love themselves first. And if fate allows, they may come back, but no longer carrying old wounds. Get used to mornings with no messages. Quiet evenings, because you need to become your own best friend first, before becoming a comfort to anyone else. Love is not the only salvation. You can still live fully, peacefully, and beautifully, with just a good book, a warm cup of tea, and a heart that knows how to heal itself. There will be days when you feel completely worthless. But please remember, just by breathing, by waking up, you are already a miracle. The small things you do each day, like caring for a plant, cooking a simple meal for loved ones, calling your parents just to ask how they are, that is love, quiet, but deeper than anything else. Happiness is not far away. You don't need to wait until everything is perfect to be happy. Because truthfully, there's no such thing as the perfect moment. There's only a heart that accepts the present and finds peace in the simplest of things. When you smile at someone on the street, and they smile back, that's kindness being passed on. And right in that moment, the world has softened just a little. Don't live just to be validated. Live so that each day, when you look in the mirror, you can see your own eyes. And smile gently, because you know you've lived sincerely. Some happiness comes from being understood, some from being forgiven, but the greatest happiness is when you accept yourself, even when you are still imperfect. When you sit down for a meal with your parents, when you hear the laughter of your siblings, when you drive your child to school and watch sunlight through the trees. You are living in happiness already. It's just that sometimes we forget to notice life. Sometimes we are so busy chasing fleeting external things that we forget true happiness lies within the simplest moments, right within our breath and the beat of our own heart. Take a moment to feel it. Forgiveness is not weakness, but an extraordinary inner strength. It frees your soul from the burden of hatred, so you can walk lighter on your own path and embrace even better things. Every scar in life, whether from stumbling or deep hurt, is a valuable story, a precious lesson that time has etched, to remind us of our resilience and our ability to overcome. True love is not something we can seek or demand, but a priceless gift we give selflessly. It blossoms from understanding, sharing, and compassion, making our lives more meaningful. Gratitude, even just a smile or a sincere thank you, has the power to spread positive energy, turning the smallest things into great joys, and connecting hearts, dreams. Don't just let them lie dormant in your subconscious. Boldly paint the picture of your life with vibrant strokes of faith and relentless effort. Because every small step today is a solid foundation for tomorrow's success. Time, an incessant flow. Don't let it pass meaninglessly in regret or anxiety. Cherish every moment. Turn every present second into a precious gem, so that when you look back, you find your life truly fulfilling. Silence, sometimes even more powerful than 1,000 words. It is a sacred space for us to listen to our inner voice, to reflect on what has passed, and to find deep peace within our soul. A person's true worth lies not in what they possess, but in how they treat others, in their kindness, compassion, and the meaningful contributions they bring to the community. Fear, if we let it control us, will become an invisible wall preventing us from exploring our own limits. Be brave and face it, because behind every fear is an opportunity to grow stronger. Optimism is not denying reality, but the ability to see light even in the darkest nights. It is the lighthouse guiding us through storms, and believing in a brighter tomorrow. Happiness is not a destination, but a journey. It is the sum of experiences, lessons, and challenges. Enjoy every step, because life is a continuous discovery. Perseverance, like water eroding stone, it works tirelessly, undeterred by any obstacle, and eventually reaches its goal. Believe in your own enduring strength. Listening, not just with your ears, but with your whole heart. It is the key to understanding others, to building genuine relationships, and to spreading empathy in life. Difficulties, sometimes, are the greatest teachers. They constantly challenge our will and determination. And when we overcome them, we realize how much stronger we have become, and how much more mature in every aspect. Peace is not the absence of storms, but the ability to find stillness within your soul, even when everything around is chaotic. It is a state of acceptance and letting go, helping others, not for the expectation of reciprocation, but for the joy of giving. It is how we sow seeds of love, and then, our lives will become much richer and more meaningful. Failure is not an end, but a comma, an opportunity to look back, learn from mistakes, and start over with a new spirit, a stronger determination. Change is an immutable law of life. Don't try to hold on to what's past. Open your heart to embrace new things, because it is in change that we find opportunities to grow and improve ourselves. Courage is not the absence of fear, but facing that fear, and still continuing on the path you have chosen, even knowing that there are many challenges ahead. Sincerity, like light, it penetrates through all layers of falsehood, and then touches the heart of the person opposite, creating lasting and meaningful relationships in life. Freedom is not doing whatever you want, but not being bound by worries, fears, or prejudices. It is a state of the soul being liberated, living true to its own nature. Sharing, even just a story, a smile, or a simple moment, has the power to soothe pain, to connect souls, and to spread joy to everyone. Gratitude, a simple miracle. It turns obvious things into precious gifts, helping us appreciate what we have, and see life with a more positive outlook. Self-discovery, a long and challenging journey, but also the most valuable one. Because when you truly understand yourself, you will know how to live a complete and more meaningful life. Faith, like a seed, it needs to be sown with patience, watered with effort, and then, one day, it will sprout into a sturdy ancient tree, bearing sweet fruit for life. Compassion, an invisible thread connecting all of us. It does not discriminate between rich or poor, high or low. It is a common language that anyone can understand, and feel its warmth. Stillness, a valuable space for us to set aside the hustle and bustle of life, to listen to our inner voice, to find deep peace, and to recharge our energy for the next journeys. Learning is an ongoing process. No matter your age, you can always find new things to explore, to broaden your horizons, and to improve yourself every day. Prioritize. Don't let life sweep you into unimportant things. Clearly define your core values, meaningful goals, so that every step you take has direction and brings the best results. A smile, a magical language. It needs no translation. It has the power to soothe all sorrows, bring joy, and spread positive energy to everyone around you. Smile often. Sincerity is not a choice, but a way of life. It is the foundation of all lasting relationships, and a way to build trust in others. Empathy, like candlelight in the dark night, it illuminates pain, soothes wounds, and brings hope to lost souls. Live with empathy. Understanding is not just hearing what others say, but feeling what they are going through, putting yourself in their shoes, and then, you will be able to share and empathize more deeply. Giving is not losing, but gaining. It is how we enrich our souls, how we sow seeds of love, and then, one day, we will reap much better things. Passion is the fire that ignites life. It urges us to overcome all difficulties and challenges, to pursue what we love, and to turn dreams into reality. Respect is not just treating others kindly, but also respecting differences, opposing viewpoints, because it is in diversity that we learn so much. Creativity is not an innate ability of a few people, but a hidden potential within each of us. Dare to think differently, dare to do differently, to create unique and meaningful things. New beginnings. Don't be afraid to start over from scratch. Every new beginning is an opportunity to correct mistakes, to learn from experience, and to become stronger. Optimism is not an illusion, but a choice, a positive attitude. It helps us view problems more objectively and find the best solutions. Self-respect is not arrogance, but the ability to recognize your own worth, to constantly improve yourself, and to live a meaningful life without shame to your conscience. Connection. In this increasingly isolated world, connecting with people around you, with nature, with yourself, is extremely important. It brings peace and happiness. Forgiving yourself. This is sometimes even harder than forgiving others. But it is an important step to free yourself from the burdens of the past and move forward. Living fully is not doing everything perfectly, but living with all your enthusiasm, passion, and gratitude, so that every moment becomes memorable and meaningful. Gratitude, like a tonic for the soul, it helps us view life with a more positive lens, turning ordinary things into small miracles. Patience is not passively waiting, but tirelessly working, with a firm belief in your goal, and never giving up on your dream. Inner happiness is not something we can find externally, but a treasure hidden deep within our soul. It blossoms from peace, gratitude, and self-acceptance. The power of words. Every word we utter has the power to build or destroy. Speak kind, encouraging, and inspiring words to make life better. Friendship, a precious gift that life bestows. It is sharing, understanding, and unconditional support, a place where we can find comfort and joy in difficult times. Self-love is not selfishness, but the foundation for us to genuinely love others. Because when we are full of love, we can give most completely. Life, like a river, sometimes flows peacefully and quietly. Sometimes it surges violently, but the important thing is that we must learn to go with the flow, finding serenity even in the most challenging moments, so that each day that passes is a valuable experience. True happiness is not about finding someone to fill the void in your soul, but about learning to love yourself completely. From there, you can spread love to those around you most sincerely. Great dreams are not just fleeting images in the mind, but rays of light guiding us through the dark night of doubt. Hold on to your faith in yourself, and tirelessly strive to make them come true, no matter how difficult the path may be. Patience is not passive waiting, but a quiet strength, helping us overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles, and then when we look back, we will see that all efforts have been duly rewarded. Every mistake we make is not an end, but a valuable lesson, an opportunity to re-examine ourselves, learn to forgive ourselves, and grow stronger after every fall. Gratitude, an all-powerful key. It opens the door to abundance and happiness, turning the smallest things in life into priceless gifts, helping us appreciate every present moment even more. Loneliness is not a bad feeling, but a sacred space for us to listen to our inner voice, to connect more deeply with ourselves, and to find peace right within our own being. Love is not a fleeting emotion, but an action, a daily choice. It requires understanding, sharing, and altruism, so that from there, new relationships are nurtured and grow strong. When facing fear, don't hastily turn away. Bravely look it straight in the eye. Because sometimes, it is within the greatest fears that our greatest potentials lie hidden, waiting for us to discover. Change is a continuous flow of life. Don't try to hold on to what's old. Open your heart to embrace new things. Because it is in transformation that we find opportunities to develop and improve ourselves. This life, sometimes we are so busy chasing distant goals, that we forget. True joy and happiness lie within the simplest things, the peaceful moments spent with those we love. Kindness, a small act but with immense ripple effect. It not only brings joy to the recipient, but also plants seeds of love in the giver's own soul, making life more beautiful. Whenever we feel lost, listen to the call from deep within your heart, because sometimes the answers to big questions lie right within ourselves, if only we are quiet enough to feel them. Courage is not the absence of fear, but daring to face that fear, and still continuing on the path you have chosen, even knowing that there are many challenges and difficulties ahead. Self-belief, like a lighthouse in the open sea, it illuminates our path, helps us overcome all storms, and steadfastly move towards our goal. No matter how bumpy the road may be, difficulties are not barriers, but steps that help us reach new heights. Each time we overcome a challenge, we become much stronger, more resilient, and more mature. Forgiveness is not only liberation for others, but also liberation for our own souls from the burden of resentment, so that we can live a lighter, more peaceful life. True friendship, like a sturdy ancient tree, it not only shelters us from life's storms, but also where we can find comfort, joy, and the most sincere advice. Gratitude, a simple habit that can change your entire perspective on life. It helps you see the good even in the most difficult circumstances. Acceptance is not giving up, but a stepping stone to letting go of what cannot be changed, and focusing our energy on what we can do to make life lighter. Every dawn that breaks is a new opportunity for us to start over, to correct past mistakes, and to paint a brighter picture of life with the colors of faith and hope. Sincerity, a language that needs no translation. It has the power to connect hearts, build solid trust, and establish strong relationships in life. When we are grateful for what we have, life suddenly becomes much more abundant. Wealth does not lie in material possessions, but in appreciating the spiritual values we possess. The power of stillness is not isolation, but a precious space for us to listen to our inner voice, to recharge our energy, and to find deep peace within our soul. Dreams, don't just let them lie dormant in your subconscious. Boldly pursue them, because sometimes things that seem impossible become reality when you are determined and make enough effort. Giving is not losing, but gaining many times over. It is how we sow seeds of love, and then, one day, we will reap much better things. Altruism, a noble quality. It helps us overcome negative emotions. And then, we can view all problems more objectively, and be more tolerant of others' mistakes. Resilience is not never falling, but the ability to rise after every fall, and then we continue walking on our path with a stronger spirit. Life is a series of choices. Each choice leads us to a different path. Choose the paths that your heart tells you, so that you have no regrets. Simplicity is not poverty, but richness of soul. It helps us appreciate core values and find joy in the simplest things in life. When we learn to let go of the burdens of the past, we will find our souls much lighter. Release yourself from things that no longer serve your growth. Every human being is a unique universe. Respect each other's differences, because it is in diversity that we learn so many new and interesting things. Sincere listening, not just with your ears, but with your whole heart. It is a bridge between souls, helping us understand others more deeply and build lasting relationships. The value of time lies not in how much we have, but in how we use it. Cherish every moment, so that every second becomes meaningful. Inner peace is not the absence of storms, but the ability to find stillness right in the eye of the storm. That is when we accept everything that comes and goes naturally. Courage is not the absence of fear, but knowing fear, yet still daring to act, daring to face challenges to achieve your goals. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy every step, every experience on your path, because the process itself is the most valuable thing. Forgiving yourself is an important step to heal emotional wounds and to move forward with a lighter and more serene soul. When we sow seeds of kindness, we will reap the sweet fruits of peace and happiness. Spread positive energy to everyone around you. Sincerity is the light that penetrates all layers of falsehood. It helps us build relationships based on trust and mutual respect. Every challenge in life is an opportunity for us to discover our own limits, and then we realize we are much stronger than we ever thought. Sharing is not just material things, but also stories, experiences. It helps us connect with people and create a more cohesive community. Gratitude, a precious remedy for the soul. It helps us view life with a more positive perspective and appreciate every little thing. True freedom is not doing whatever you want, but not being bound by fears, anxieties, or external prejudices. It is the liberation of the soul. Every present moment is a gift. Don't let it pass by in regret of the past or worry about the future. Live every second to the fullest. Patience is not weakness, but an inner strength that helps us overcome all difficulties and achieve great goals in life. Unconditional love is the greatest power. It can mend cracks, soothe pain, and bring hope to lost souls. Continuous learning is the key to broadening our horizons, developing ourselves, and adapting to all changes in life. Every seed of a dream needs to be nurtured with faith and constant effort, and then one day it will sprout and bear fruit for life. Living a meaningful life is not doing great things, but living with gratitude, kindness, and love, so that each day that passes is a beautiful mark in life. Sometimes we stumble around searching for meaning in distant places, yet forget that true meaning lies within simple experiences, genuine connections, and the way we choose to live each day. Inner peace is not the absence of all problems, but the ability to maintain stillness amidst life's chaos. Finding a firm anchor within yourself, even when storms rage outside. Whenever we feel defeated, remember, that's not the end, but a reminder of your own inner strength. An opportunity to get up, learn from mistakes, and move forward more resilient than ever. Unconditional love is not an emotion easily found, but a daily choice, a journey of learning to give without expecting anything in return. Then your soul becomes richer and warmer. Gratitude, a simple miracle. It transforms obvious things into precious gifts, helping us appreciate what we have even more, and opening our hearts to embrace the good things waiting ahead. The biggest dream is not to achieve everything we desire, but to dare to live a life true to yourself. Dare to pursue your passions, and dare to create meaningful value for this world. Time passes without waiting. Don't let yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries steal the precious present moment. Live every second to the fullest, because that's all we truly have. Understanding is not just hearing what others say, but feeling the deep emotions in their hearts. It's the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Then true love can truly blossom. When facing difficulties, don't see them as obstacles, but consider them important life tests. They will help us grow, become stronger, and discover hidden potentials we never knew we had. Self-belief, like a small flame, it needs to be carefully nurtured and protected, because that very flame will illuminate our path, helping us overcome all shadows of doubt and disappointment. Forgiveness is not forgetting or condoning wrong, but freeing yourself from the burden of resentment, so your soul can be at peace and ready to embrace better things in the future. Every heartache, no matter how deep, carries its own meaning. They not only remind us of what has passed, but are also proof of the soul's resilience, that we have overcome and grown. Sincerity, a language without words. It has the power to connect hearts, build strong relationships, and bring absolute trust in all communication. True happiness doesn't lie in possessing many things, but in the ability to find joy in the smallest details. In the morning sun, birdsong, or a warm smile from a stranger. Change is an inevitable part of life. Don't try to resist it, but learn to adapt and embrace it, because it is in transformation that we can find new opportunities to develop and improve ourselves. Courage is not the absence of fear, but daring to face that fear, and still moving forward on the path you have chosen. Even knowing that there are many challenges and difficulties ahead, giving without expecting anything in return, is one of the noblest actions. It not only brings joy to the recipient, but also enriches the giver's soul, planting seeds of love and spreading warmth. True friendship, like a precious gem, it needs to be cherished and preserved, because a true friend will be by your side in both happy and difficult times. A strong anchor for the soul. Whenever we feel stuck, take a moment, breathe deeply, and listen to your inner voice. Because sometimes, the answers to complex problems lie right within the stillness of our soul. Perseverance is not working non-stop, but never giving up on your goals, even when everything seems to be against you, because success often comes in the final moments. Compassion is not a responsibility, but a privilege, an ability for us to connect with the pain of others and lend a helping hand. Then life becomes more meaningful. Focusing on the present is the key to unlocking happiness. Don't let your mind wander to the past or worry about the future. Live fully in this moment, because this is all we truly have. Difficulties don't make us fall, they make us stronger, more resilient, and more courageous. Each time we overcome a challenge, we discover our own hidden potentials. Gratitude for small things is the foundation of a happy and fulfilling life. It helps us see the world with a positive outlook and appreciate every simplest moment. When we let go of the burdens of the past, we will find our souls much lighter. Free yourself from things that no longer serve your growth. Each of us is a unique story. Don't try to be a copy of others. Respect your own differences, and live true to your unique self. Forgiving yourself is the first step to healing emotional wounds. It helps us accept past mistakes and move forward with a more serene soul. Honesty, though sometimes difficult, is the foundation of all lasting relationships. It builds trust and brings absolute peace of mind to those around you. Hope, like a small candle in the dark night. It may be dim, but it's enough to light the way. Never lose hope, because it is the motivation to keep moving forward. Continuous learning is not just knowledge from books, but also lessons from life, from those around us. Open your heart to embrace all new things, because knowledge is infinite. Empathy, a noble quality. It helps us feel the pain of others and urges us to act to soothe their wounds, bringing warmth to souls in need. The courage to be yourself is not defying all rules, but daring to express your personal views, daring to pursue your passions, and daring to live a life without regrets. Every smile we give, even unintentionally, has the power to spread joy, brightening an entire day. Smile often, because it is the universal language of happiness. Gratitude for challenges is sometimes difficult, But it is in those difficulties that we find our inner strength and ability to overcome. Love is acceptance, not trying to change others to fit your will, but loving them for all they are, both their good qualities and their flaws. Stillness is not emptiness, but a sacred space for us to connect more deeply with our true self. Listen to our inner voice and find inner peace. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, has the power to make a huge difference. Sow seeds of love every day to make life more beautiful. True freedom is not the absence of constraints, but the ability to choose how we react to what happens in life. It is the liberation of the soul from negativity. Hopefully, these quotes have touched your heart, brought you moments of deep reflection, and helped you find your own value in every moment of life. Let these words be a source of inspiration and motivation for you to live a full and meaningful life. If you love inspirational shares like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next meaningful content. Your support is a great motivation for us to continue spreading good values.